Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada has been lauded for the efforts taken by the local football association to grow and develop the sport. The praise comes on the heels of a visit from the president of the Confederation of North Central America and Caribbean Association Football, CONCACAF, Victor Montagliani. The two-day visit was aimed at strengthening collaboration and advancing football development in the region.
And it struck me when I walked in here, the irony of having the Earth and the galaxy of stars in this room. And there's two things that we, as football leaders, and let's not make a mistake, we're all football leaders. It's not just the president of CONCACAF or the president of the Grenada Football Association. It's every one of us that's in the game. You have to make a decision every day as a leader in this sport to look around you and do everything you can to help, to lead by service, to lead by example. And because at the end of the day, what is in front of you is exactly that, the opportunity at a global level. And Grenada has that opportunity.
All right, the delegation was formally welcomed at a press conference hosted at the conference room of the Maurice Bishop International Airport last evening. Among those in attendance were government ministers along with industry stakeholders.
Is representative of 40% of sports tourism annually, and the sports tourism market represents $600 billion. So you can see the important role that it has to play. It's approximately 10% of all international arrivals. So we take it really seriously. And the infrastructural development that has gone on, we need to thank CONCACAF because without funding, the government can't take on this role on its own.
Petra Roach, Chief Executive Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, talking there. This visit marks a pivotal moment for Grenada's football community. While in Grenada, members of the CONCACAF delegation engaged in meetings with senior government officials, including a courtesy call with Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. They also paid a visit to the Grenada Football Association's upcoming Technical Center, a cornerstone initiative for youth and national team development. Meanwhile, GFA President Marlon Glean said the association remains committed to the growth and development of all clubs in Grenada. According to him, incentivization is necessary for achieving this goal.
We need to start putting Grenada football in front of the world. And that's what we're going to do. And that's what we've been doing over the last 2 years. Bit by bit, we've been building from grassroots, youth development, there's more competition. We've increased the prize monies to a league. The winning team in the Premier League today gets $100,000. A jump by 100%. Because we believe clubs need more incentives so that they can perform better. And what we've seen, a Premier League that went down to the line last year. At some point, we had a team that won. At some point, any of about 5 teams could have come second because they were playing for $60,000. So we've been putting more and more incentives in the football. Yesterday, we got a gift from the England FA of a bunch of balls that every club is going to get balls prior to the start of the season in 2 weeks. And we want to provide more and more support for clubs and our players. We're continuing to resume the club support program. Every club in Grenada is going to get $20,000 this year. Every club. No matter if you're Premier League, First Division or Second Division, every club gets $20,000. That is an agreement we had with the club that we're going to continue to provide support.
Incentivization is so necessary. It is motivation for improved performance. All right, this story to report on the sports news. India has suspended the Indian Premier League, the world's richest cricket tournament, for a week amid escalating tensions in Pakistan. Officials took the decision after a match was abandoned as military exchanges between the two countries continued for the 3rd day.
Well, I'm currently, Lewis, at one of the stadiums here in Delhi. It's called the Arun Jaitley Stadium, and this is a stadium which has hosted numerous IPL matches in the recent past. And in fact, there was another match that was slated to take place on the 11th of May. Team posters are up. In fact, when we were driving past from that side, which I can't show you, there were several posters. The barricades are already in place from where they would have ordinarily directed a lot of the crowds which would have come on the 11th of May to actually watch that match on match day. But it obviously is now bearing a completely deserted look, and it is likely to be this way for the next 1 week because of that decision taken by the Board of Control for Cricket in India. This is very significant because not only does it signify and indicate the rising tensions between India and Pakistan, the IPL is one of the most popular cricketing league tournaments here in the country, attracting several foreign players, including coaching staff as well as commentators. It is watched by millions of people around the world, and it is a big money-spinning event. In fact, it also, in a sense, is it involves Bollywood because it has teams which are owned by big superstars like Shah Rukh Khan. It has teams which are owned by big wigs and big industrialists like Mukesh Ambani. So that's what the IPL is all about. So, in fact, in many ways, it is right up there with for instance, the NFL in the US or even the Premier League in England, just to give you a sense of what IPL craze is like over here. So it is certainly a cause of concern, and there was a big security concern last evening on Thursday, as you mentioned, in the city of Dharamshala in the northern Indian state of Himachal Pradesh, when a match was taking place, but it had to be abandoned because just less than 200 kilometers away from that city in a neighboring state, there were reports of missile and drone attacks. So that's the kind of security scare that there is. We are also getting reports that some foreign players have decided to leave. We don't know what is going to happen after 1 week, whether there will be a reassessment, but it all depends on what the situation, how the situation unfolds in the next 1 week.
That's the sports news for the moment.